Is that ambulance seriously gonna just cut the street and go through the parking lot? Hey y'all, welcome back to Dewy Del Mar, our coastal city here in City Skylines 2. We're currently looking at the latest build, which was our City Hall station, and I really like how this turned out. I love the contrast between kind of old style architecture with our modern development over here. And yeah, people are using the public transportation, the custom parking lots, and I think this was a success overall. But we're gonna shift actually towards the coast today, towards this empty plot of land, which again, I think has been empty ever since we put the train track underground. You can see the dip here where the track was before. But this kind of bothered me because it's so close to Central Station that you figured this would be very valuable land and that they would definitely have developed it by this point. And so yeah, we're gonna do an entirely new district in this hill right here, plus a new interchange to connect to the highway over there. I do want to make this special though, and something I always appreciate in a city is a good back alley market. So this new district, we're gonna do a custom kind of market arts scene, basically. I'm gonna have an alleyway tucked in between our buildings, and then using our props and all of our decals, yeah, try to make it look like a fun market that you would visit on the weekend. But yeah, that's the plan. So without much further ado, let's begin. To begin, we're going to do a bit of terraforming. You can see this trench in the ground here. That is where the original train track was back when our central station was above ground. So we're going to take some soil, I guess from the top of these hills, and bring it down to fill in this this gap here. I'm also going to raise the terrain a little bit over here so we can get a nice connection all the way from, what is that? Madison Street. Oh, Madison and Washington. That's very American. Up along here, we're going to cross the highway above it and eventually meet back down with Beach Street down here. Let's start by softening up the terrain around this area. And now we're going to, let's grab about 137 for our elevation. Yeah, I'm thinking the bridge will cross right around here. And so I'm gonna bring this down all along the highway, this terrain height. Next step, we're going to turn this stretch of the highway into a retaining wall. That'll give us a nice white wall, which kind of acts as a sound barrier as well. And don't worry, it will not be this high. We're gonna next take our slope terrain tool and get a nice gradual increase from the bottom here up to the 137 meters right here. So let's grab that elevation, and then we stop up there and bring it all along. Got some high lines into the abyss there. Maybe I can smooth out a little bit. All right, and now we have a nice continuous retaining wall. And this little bit's kind of annoying me, but let's grab this section as well. And then we can go back to our slope terrain tool and bring it all the way down here. Make that retaining wall nice and smooth. Oh, sure, we'll get the train track retaining wall as well. Okay, that's looking a little smoother, I think. So I'm looking down this retaining wall, and I think this would be an excellent opportunity to extend a tram line that kind of hugs the wall here and acts as a buffer between the district and the highway exit itself. Plus, you know, get some public transportation to this area. And if we have it curve along the highway, we could even cross over here where this 4-laner will, and then eventually service whatever we build out here. So let's give that a shot. A little nervous because I don't want to say this is like fragile, but there's definitely a lot of anarchy and terrain shenanigans going on over here. So this will be a little interesting. I'm going to delete these segments, and actually I'm going to go all the way back to the train stop itself because the stop was dipping down a little bit, probably because I have some terrain wonkiness going on here. But let's go to our tram tab, double tram track. Let's get up to 10. Turn off all snapping except 90 and existing geometry. And then we will extend this line. We're gonna go straight out to, let's say, about there. And now we can connect this one as well. We're gonna go straight in, and obviously that's way too tight of a curve for a tram line. So I'm now gonna use the Move It mod to bring these curves back. And you can do that by going to manipulation mode, making sure sometimes it's a little hard to get them, but yeah, selecting these nodes right here, holding down Alt, and then bringing this back. And you can see that kind of makes the curve a little gentler. Okay, I think structural integrity has been reestablished, and I guess, sure, they just built the fence around the pillar at that point. So, okay, now we can do the dirty work of extending this tram line along the highway exit here. Let's now go to Tram tab again, turn off all these snappings except geometry and 90, and then this will be a little weird because it's actually not a 180 degree edge there, so that's okay. It'll look a little funky, and that's totally fine. So we're going to get back up to 10 and bring this along here. And then, yeah, try to follow the curve of the highway, except let's bring this down slightly to 7.5 meters. Oops, that was a straight edge. Going to continuous. There we go. And then we'll leave it there for our eventual bridge so we can make a nice rounded connection. I kind of like having this double key wall effect though. It's kind of cool, like a tiered cake or something. And we can even get some flowers or something in that little stretch of green right there. But okay, how's everything looking over here? Pretty good except for the elephant in the room, which is this pillar right here. I think I might do something a little weird. Sometimes I've seen in Chicago where the elevated track will have support pillars that kind of integrate into the existing buildings. And so maybe we can do something similar. I do plan to redo this entire block right here as well. So I'm gonna get rid of this. Oh, it's not even zoned. That office right there. And we're just gonna make a bigger pillar that kind of stretches across the entire highway. So let's better bulldozer to get rid of these sub-elements. And let's get a large one. This is, let's see. I think 22 should be okay. Put that right there, and then we're gonna use this tool. I always forget which mod this is from. We're gonna bring it up there. All right, and now, yeah, let's get some more pillars to actually support it. Okay, I think it looks a little wonky, but better that than like having absolutely no pillar there as well, which kind of like, I don't know, I think that breaks the realism a little bit, but maybe we can come back to that later. But yeah, everything else I'm thinking looks pretty good. Like I said, just for fun, let's get some flowers along this stretch of green right here. Okay, pretty cool. And oh my God, what is happening over here? First of all, unacceptable that we're missing flowers right here. But did I do this with the terrain? Let's see, let me try to smooth this out again. Okay, think that somewhat fixed it. I definitely want to get at least one billboard along this wall here. If you're coming maybe around here, you got some semi-good visibility, so let's just put one on along the edge here. So let's look for billboard large, yeah. I really like this Vice City looking one, Brag and Roast. So good, seems like it'll work. So let's get this out here and then we'll bring it up. That's all connected. Okay, cool. We can charge a pretty penny for that advertising spot, I feel like. Nice, very cool. How are we doing with the nodes there? Probably okay. I can probably bring this one down a smidge. Excellent. If the grass magically looks different is because it is. My game crashed at some point and didn't realize that it reset my map texture replacer theme, so we are back on Vulcaria. Well, Vulcaria? Not sure how to pronounce it, but... Alright, let's think about the road network now. So we have this hillside here that I kind of want to hug with another 4-laner. We'll curve it along here, and then eventually it'll cross the highway right around here. I do want to maybe dig into it just a little bit more, and then also create a kind of a taller platform for it to cross the bridge without kind of messing with the retaining wall. Sorry, cross the highway without messing with the retaining wall. So let's get a little bit more elevation. Let's go up to 141. And I've already messed with the retaining wall. That's okay though. And now we're going to do a constant slope all the way back down to the bottom. Sweet. All right, 4-laner, divided. Let's turn off all the snappings except these, and we are gonna snake our way up here. Slight angle so that right turn isn't too crazy. Just like that. Okay, it's a nice constant slope. We got a lot of room to build in here now. So let's go for a straight edge. Coming right over the highway. Try to do as small of a decline as possible. Yeah, I think that works. I'm now realizing that our tram track is way too high, but that's okay. We will cross that bridge when we get there. No pun intended. All right, now we need I think we need another on-ramp, off-ramp right here. And I'm gonna copy the style here. I think it would be kind of cool to have like roundabout, or not necessarily roundabout, but you know, whatever this parklow formation is on like a trio of them. So we're gonna do the same formation coming off here and onto there. So to do that, I actually think I need to temporarily get rid of these retaining walls. And I was so worried about them to begin with, so it doesn't matter. But let's also bring back this merge lane a little bit more. So we're gonna need a constant slope coming up here we'll meet around, right around there. So let's go to the slope tool. We're gonna start at, what is this? 131 and bring it up to 141, so about 10 meters. So let's do that all the way up here. And then back down 141 to 130, come down like that. All right, this is gonna be a little tough because it's kind of a tight space to work in, but yeah, they're also gonna be slightly different slopes, so we will give this a shot. Let me smooth out this slightly. Like that. Okay, so we're gonna go to 2-lane highway. Curve tool, I'll just come out at a straight angle right around, there we go, right around here. And this is where we will pretty much split. So we're gonna go continuous tool with a single lane. I think I might need to soften this up even more. Single lane, so we're gonna do the on-ramp right now. And we're gonna swing it all the way back around. Just like that. How's that decline? That's not too bad, I don't think. Just take it slow. And then, yeah, we wanna bring this, start around here, bring it up there. Okay. Yeah, it's looking pretty smooth, I think. So let's get rid of these. Pretty constant slope, I think. So we can bring this section down to a 2-lane to kind of do some better lane math. Yep, just like that. And we're making it just before the train dips below. So, okay, now I can go around and do some terrain cleanup, I think. I think towards the end when we do a detailing time lapse, I will pretty this up kind of like we do over here. Usual techniques, filling this with plants and I don't know, some fountain or something to make it look nicer. But I'm now looking at this, and so my original plan was to have the tram track kind of go right alongside the bridge here, but I don't know, I think that would be a little too tight. So I'm going to bring this tram back a little bit. And I'm also going to get rid of the key wall on, bring it back a little bit. I think that key wall is just a little too long. Yeah, we'll just keep that stretch right there. And then let's get rid of this section. And I think now I'm going to cross it a little, cross it a little quicker, or a little sooner, I should say. How's that? Okay, we got an extra pillar there, but not the end of the world. And everything else looks fine. I think that node is... Let me clean this up. It looks a little wonky, I feel like. That looks a little smoother. And yeah, I think I like having having some clearance underneath there. We can still keep those flowers maybe all along the retaining wall, but we should probably do a fence as well just for safety. But I don't know, I think that looks just a little more organic. Like that would have just been too tight of a turn for the tram track, so this is probably a little safer. But yeah, while we're here, let's just complete this connection just so we have a complete circle of traffic there. We're gonna bring the terrain up to, actually there's kind of already hilly terrain over here, so let's go, yeah, let's bring it up to around here. And then we'll do a constant slope from this traffic circle all the way up to here. Not sure actually what I want to do with the tram track, because I do want to eventually service this area over here and maybe have another kind of bougie shopping area before we extend our San Alvaro Heights all along the coast there, because you definitely know that there would be some expensive homes there. But that is a far future episode, I think. Let's get this back to ground level. Something like that, and then we can make this final connection here. This finally frees us up to start zoning and getting kind of our grid network. I wouldn't call it a grid network, but what I want to do to make this district special is do like an art walk or like an artist lane. When I was in London over the summer, there was a place called Brick Lane, which is like a street with lots of vendors and arts and crafts and stuff kind of tucked away. You feel like you're in Diagon Alley almost. Although I did see the place for Diagon Alley as well, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, so we'll have it like tucked inside here somewhere, and then obviously we will have a tram stop with maybe we can get like a pedestrian pass going over the highway as well for easier access between Old Town, or sorry, this is La Puerta, and our new district, whatever we call it. So let's get rid of all these trees to begin with. And then let's think about what we want the road layout to be. So we're gonna start, I think, with some basic 4-laners, and we'll come out at a 90. We'll try to stick to the zoning. What's overlapping? Oh, down there? Yeah, fine. We'll try to stick to the zoning tiles as much as possible. Let's go out, well, I'm already gonna fail at that, so that's okay. Let's go all the way to maybe like to here. Okay, and then let's yeah, just continue a few more roads going out here. Now for this artist walk, let's just do a basic alleyway, because I want it to be zonable on both sides. But we will, is Anarchy gonna ruin anything? Yeah, we will kind of cover it with some of our tiled surfaces to make it look like it's a like a cobblestone street or something. So let's just go up and then meet up there, but get rid of this intersection. To give this artist walk this old-timey look, let's try this regular block number 3 or something and cover the alleyway to make it look like some old cobblestone alleyway. Yeah. That looks pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna cover all the way up, what is this? Butler Lane, not for long. Yeah, once we get some street vendors and some of these food stalls, and we actually have shop racks as well. I learned that from, what was it? It was like Market Pier, some episode in Dewy Harbor long ago. But yeah, we're gonna make this look pretty cool, and it's gonna be like a nice back alley market. So I think from here though, we can start trying to zone some things. And before I do that, I think I want to move this medical clinic and free this up for some higher density stuff. Because we also have a clinic right here, I realized. And so having 2 clinics right next to each other doesn't make that much sense. So let's move this bad boy somewhere. I think we need Anarchy somewhere over here. Spoiler alert, in coming episodes, I want to make this whole hilly area like a national arboretum, so I'm going to leave some kind of opening here, but let's, yeah, actually here, let me soften or level the terrain somewhat. And yeah, let's go back and move this over here. Before we start zoning and placing down all of our props, let's get our tram stop right around here. And then if we can, do a pedestrian bridge down to this side of the highway. So we're gonna do our usual technique of a covered pedestrian bridge for this one. Let's get it up to, I think 10 meters is where this track is. So we'll go probably along here, do a stretch about 30 meters. Yeah, it's about level. And then we can make this connection here. And then we need a staircase winding back down to ground level, which is always a little weird, but we will do our best. Let's actually bring down this node a smidge. I can see it's rising up a little bit. Go away, I just deleted you. Okay, now we'll use our regular pedestrian path at as many right angles as possible before we actually reach ground level. Well, that looks like garbage. Let's try this. We'll key wall these parts right here. And I don't even know what. We'll just use some move it to smooth out these nodes. Doesn't look great, but I've been playing with this staircase for 5 minutes now, and I don't want to give too much time over to it, so I'm gonna leave it like that for now. We all know that hopefully eventually we will have proper staircases in this game, but very quickly, let me just lower this node a little bit, and then make this final connection to the track here. All right, so now we got our tram stops. North American, we'll do one on this side, and then right over there. Hopefully that doesn't lead to some tram stoppages. You know how sometimes they get confused with which track to be on and block each other. But for now, let's get a new tram line. And yeah, we'll just go along the whole route, I think, as well. I just realized we actually only need one stop right now, since there's no other stop over there. But eventually we will have it go both ways. All right, what do we call this? Tram. I guess we can call it Downtown Line 2. And last, I do want to try to make this connection to this part of the city. So for now, we'll just make this connection. And yes, I know there's a pillar in the road, but we'll clean that up. And now let's try to just make our way down to around here, perhaps. Or here, we can do like another staircase effect. Nice. And then when I do my beautification time lapse, I'll spruce this up with more plants and some props to make it look more realistic. But for now, it is functional. Let's start thinking about our market lane here. I think I'm looking at this now, and I think I do want to widen it a little bit so we have room on either side for vendors and then people walking down the center. So I think I am going to convert this to a pedestrian road instead of just the alleyway we have right here. Can I just do that like that? Yeah, that's pretty easy enough. And then I'll bring it back a little bit. I'll fix these surfaces to, yeah, cover the new street. Great. Let's start thinking about how to make this actually look like an alleyway. So the idea is that I don't want a lot of buildings actually facing Hickory Street. I want blank walls on either side. I don't think we have enough to like cover the middle here, so we're gonna have like one maybe high density commercial in here, and then I'm thinking maybe a parking lot along here. Same for over here, but I want to start by using one of my favorite assets in the game, which is this, it's called the Marvelous Marble. And I think it's mixed. What filters do I have on? Yep. Again, man, I wish there were just a way to clear all filters automatically. Oh, I know you're here somewhere. Where are you? There you are. The Marble, oh, it's just commercial. And I think, yeah, I want to put it right along the edge here. Back it up as much as possible. Perfect, just like that. And then we can, I think I'm gonna make this side of Hickory Street a key wall. So it like looks down onto the alleyway beside the Marvelous, I keep on wanting to say the Marvelous Ms. Mavel or whatever that show is, but Marvelous Marble. Okay, over here, let's do another mixed density. I'm thinking, looks like, let's do a 3x4. And we'll stick with North American. Yep, so this one has a, ooh, is that too deep? Actually, I'm gonna move the marble back a little bit, but yeah, I'm definitely going for this flat side for all the buildings along this. So we can have all our vendors like not blocking access to actual stores and everything. Let's move this back. Cool, yep, and then we will hide whatever's going on with that trash can. That's okay. All right, over here, let's get a big mixed density. I'm thinking like maybe 5x5. How does that look? Yeah, we'll get one of these. Oops, what did I just do? We'll get one of these big boys. Okay, yep, this one is a flat side as well, so we can plop it right in the corner here. That's looking okay. For the center here, let's look for like a commercial asset. I think, what about a 3x3? Does that exist? You know what, I'm just gonna get rid of all the filters, but we'll stick with high. 3x2, what about 3x4? Nah, yeah, let's do this 3x2, because it's got a smaller footprint. We'll put that like right alongside here. Actually, I can, something like that. And then in here we can do another mixed corner perhaps, maybe like a, I don't want to do another 5x5 since we have that right there, but if we do a maybe 4x5 or even a 6x6, that doesn't exist. Okay, what about 6x6? It's got a little dip in the wall there, but that's a-okay. That's going way too close to our main avenue though. What about 4x6? Yes, this is much better, I think. Okay, and we have an alleyway. Love it, with one like building that depends on it for its livelihood, but that's okay. Over here, we're gonna do something similar. So I'm just gonna go through the Find It mod and find buildings that kind of fill in these corners while trying to, at least on this side of Hickory Street, maintain a flat wall. I'm not sure how well we're gonna be able to maintain that with the curved road right there, but yeah, let me give that a shot. Okay, let's take stock. So this one was definitely tricky to kind of fill in the space around it since there are such awkward angles, and obviously everything is kind of based on squares in this game for zoning. But I kind of did what I could. Found this awesome unique building, Vertigo Square, which has a nice flat side and it just looks unique. And then filled in this space, trying to get as close to Hickory Street as possible. But I did make this a key wall and figured we can kind of fill in the space with surfaces and trees. Same for over here. We'll just like put a little park there, and I will eventually zone along Beach Street, yeah, in the future. But I think we are ready to actually start kind of marketifying this place up. So yeah, let's give that a shot. Let's start a market on this alleyway, since this is more clearly an alleyway. One thing I think is going to happen is because this building is so close to the road, it's probably distorting the surface, and I bet if I place a prop there, yep, it looks like it's like digging into the ground there. So to avoid that, I'm also going to turn this side into a key wall, so the road itself is flat, and then let's move this bad boy over just a little bit. And to make sure this building still has road access, let's create a node right around here. Turn off all our snapping there. And I should be able to just double click there. And then if I go back to the key wall, yep, I can just, this one, just de-key wallify that, and boom, that building has road access. So, okay, that should be all well and good. Now, to actually get this market effect, in Seattle, we have a few of these markets, and usually you see art, like each art vendor has their own tent. Fortunately, the only tents in this game are homeless tents, so we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna do pergolas. Let's start with like pergola 5. And so yeah, the idea is we're going to have them on the corner, or sorry, on either side of the road. So if we like place this guy around here, whoops, it's looking a little low. Let's bring them up. All right, and then for actual art props, we don't, I mean, we have the posters and stuff which we can use, but to really get that full effect, we're gonna use our ads, which, you could say they're art, but let's go to, wait, ads, here we go. I mean, something like this, that kind of looks cool. Looks like you're selling, uh-oh, still got some dipping, that's okay. Looks like you're selling some kind of vinyl record or something like that. Let me bring this building back even more. There we go. Okay, that's looking a little better. But yeah, if we do rows of these, and it's going to take a lot of work because I'm going to randomize them. Still issues. Whatever. I'll just move them up manually. But this is the effect I'm going for, where you walk by and you see, oh, look at all these posters and easels that you can like walk through. If they have random ones, that might make, whoops, placing all these a heck of a lot easier. Let's see. Maybe not. That's okay. We'll just hand select all of our art, as we should. But yeah, this is kind of the effect I'm going for. So that's an art stand, and we can, randomize all the stuff we place along the road here. But to give it like kind of a more varied look, we're gonna intersperse these shop racks in between some of these oops, these art stands. So if we go to, oh man, there we go. Okay, that took forever. But yeah, if we do like some random shop racks right next to it, that just gives it a nice like, yeah, real market feel. I'm basically gonna go through and kind of develop these racks, these pergolas, and all the art in between on either side of the street here. So let's give that a shot. right, this is kind of what I'm going for. We got people actually going through it. And don't hit the light post. Nice. So what I basically did was just do a hodgepodge of these pergolas with signs attached to them, like their actual company signs, props like trash cans, benches, some food stalls. I did have to spend some time moving these assets out of the ground since they were trying to stick to the terrain, but that's okay. Then some other stuff like, yeah, these kiosks, wall art. One thing I definitely want to do is get an archway to kind of like signify the entrance to this awesome market alley. But other than that, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. Of course, I have not done this side at all, so I'm just going to basically replicate it. But let's give this archway a shot. And yeah, we'll do it on this side since we have two kind of blank connecting walls right here. For that, I think we can do use our horizontal pillars. So if we look for, yeah, let's do pillar. We want horizontal, excuse me. Where, oh, I'm on the wrong, I got filters. Okay, 27, ooh, that's kind of big, but that does stretch all the way across. However, I think I want to do at a slight arch, so let's do something a little smaller, like, let's do 16. Yeah, we'll do 16. All right, so I'm going to, let's get rid of that. Let's place 3 of these. So we'll do like one right here, here, and here. And now I'm going to individually lift these up. Well, I messed that up. That's okay. But I'm going to do these at a slight angle now, the one on the edge, the ones on the edge. So that would be, yep, the Z-axis. We'll do something like this. We can probably move this into the wall more. Okay, something like that. And now I want to get a big poster right on top of this. And I think we could, so actually I might take this one because this is an art, an actual art gallery poster right over there, and then switch the one back there. But let's look for, let's go to, just look for art. Is there a poster? Yes, all right, but I want an actual sign. The Fabio Art Gallery. Much to my finger's dismay, I am now going to repeat this on this stretch of Hickory Street, and I'm going to rename the street as well. It's kind of boring for an art lane. I guess it should be Fabio Lane or something like that. But okay, give me a minute. And I think that does it for this side of the market. Basically did the same thing, you know, random pergolas and signs, kind of shopkeeping ads. Random tents to get food. Got this food court area over here. Nice little fountain in the center. I'm realizing that, yeah, market on hilly terrain is tough in this game, but that does not stop the artist from trying to sell their art. So yeah, I like where this is headed. Towards the end of the video, I will do kind of another run through of, you know, wall art, stuff to fill in the market even more. Maybe a fence with some trees, some other nice goodies. But for now, I think I'm ready to call it done on the main part of this market. That means I can start zoning in the rest of these spots here, I think. So I'm gonna hit play finally. And then what can we zone stuff for real? Yeah, let's just start zoning in with some real blocks. And eventually I will, yeah, fill in the surfaces, and make this look a little bit nicer. But ooh, maybe we should do, nah, I'll keep it low rent over here. Over here, I am gonna do a parking lot, I think, to service the tram stop. What else? Might have to do some manual plopping here. Let's get another commercial area, since this is kind of a loud corner here. You got the tramway right next to the highway and this major intersection. So I feel like a commercial building would actually appreciate being next to here. So where am I looking at? Let's go, we'll do a low density one, North American. Let's get like a 3x3 maybe, if those exist. They do, sure. Yeah, that's a good size, I think. We'll just plop that right down there. And maybe before I do our custom parking lot, oh wow, look at all those taxis. Let's get a small one to, ooh, is it even that too big? We'll get this motorcycle one right there. That terrain is definitely wonky. Here, let's give it a little room by moving these. Actually, I'm gonna place these houses a little closer to the other residents. Cool, and yep, I'll fill in trees. Oh, that's right, I gotta make a district for this eventually. Over here, that's a nice corner. I think it's not attached to both roads though, so I'm gonna manually get a mixed use corner lot. Let's do a 4x4 if that exists. Yep. And then how about another couple of row homes to fill in this area right here. Over here, this definitely needs to be more commercial and office focused, since we are on a very important street, Washington Street. I think I'm actually gonna get rid of Lake Lane here so we can have a nice steady row of buildings. For the corner, let's get a high density commercial. And again, the zoning tiles are all messed up, so we're gonna do this manually. Let's do, ooh, should we do something, nah, we got a signature building right there. Let's keep it real. Let's do, how about a 4x4 if that exists? It does. Yeah, sure. Let's get this in. Actually, we'll face this corner right here for this big boy. And then what about a 2x2? How about a 3x2? Along here, I think we could probably squeeze in a couple of medium density or mixed density. Maybe it would be easier if I did, in fact, just kind of focus all the zoning for now on this street right here. Okay, yeah, something like that. Let's go for, let's do a low density office right along here. And then, yeah, we'll go for some mixed use along here. Maybe a couple more row homes. And I think since this is one of the market entrances, let's get a winding path kind of, oh, actually, going from right here. Over here, we can probably do a regular parking lot. Although we'll do parking right there, so let's get a commercial building, I think. We can do maybe a high density commercial here. And then let's hand plop some more right there. What else do we got? And these are zoning in now. Looking pretty good, trying to look for repeat assets, and I think we're okay. Obviously the colors are very drab, but what are you gonna do? I guess we could use recolor, but I think we all know that's not my strong suit. I'll extend surfaces and do the usual to kind of fill in this grass area later. Let those zone in. I think while that's happening, let's tackle this custom parking lot. First thing I'm gonna do is make sure we have not necessarily level terrain, but at least a consistent slope, because otherwise the road markings will kind of fade away. Let's go to our path. We'll do invisible road, turn off all snappings, and let's see, that's connected there. We'll do a simple curve actually. And then, yep, just follow the curve just like that. Oh, good, all the road markings are still there. From there, we can do our paving surface as usual. But looks like we got some open room here for maybe one more building. What is that? Oh, we actually have zoning there. We could try to just do regular zone here. Let's just do a 2x2. Or do they have a, whoops, do they have a 3x2? Yeah, let's fill in that space and then we'll connect it up there. Before we really fill in that space with trees and surfaces and I add some more art to our market lane there, I want to fill in this block right here. And this is a very dense area, or I want it to be, I should say. Because, I mean, it's right next to Central Station. It's like the first thing you see when you get off the highway. There's a tram stop there. So I think this is going to be the site of Dewy Del Mar's tallest building to date. I don't want to make it too big. Again, this is supposed to be like the old side of town. So we're going to go to a high density office, but we're just going to do a 3x4 in this corner right here. And yeah, that is definitely, I don't want to go any taller than that. I don't think it's actually going to be as tall as this crane. It'll be maybe around here. But after that, let's get some high density building to fill in these blocks. Ooh, can we go maybe a little bit deeper so they actually fill in? Yeah, there we go. Same for over here. Let's get, is there a 2x4? Perfect, all right. And then in this part over here, maybe let's do, why not? Let's do another big commercial block right there. In the back, we can get some custom parking and fill in this space as well. In fact, yeah, let's do that. And I see that this pillar has come back, so I'm gonna get rid of our custom pillar. I feel like we don't actually need it. And instead, let's just try to make this pillar work. So we don't need this extra one here. And then if we move this one back, actually here, let's get rid of it for now. And this, okay, we'll just start from scratch. Let's go get a horizontal pillar. We'll do 8, sure, and then we'll place it right around here. Actually, let's do a little bit longer so we can have kind of an offset pillar. I think it's called cantilevering. Is that that might be the term where you kind of like basically support the weight from a little bit offset. There's a building in Chicago that does it, I feel like, along the river. But yeah, let's get it there. That's pretty center. And then let's just grab a pillar like right here. And then let's plop it right there. I think that's okay. And if they have like a cement block underneath there, I think structurally that is, I think that's okay. I don't know, if you're a structural engineer and I just basically create a death trap, let me know. But all right, on to this lot over here. So now we can actually zone in these areas right here. So let's redo this guy, sorry. In the back, maybe we can just do like a regular office. Or do we have a small parking lot? Yep, let's do this. And then we will get a custom car path going along this way behind. And then we can use this tool to actually create another parking lot on the side of this building. I don't want it to connect to the road there though. We're gonna do it over here. Actually here, we can probably do it curved. Follow the curve of the ramp right there. Yeah, something like that. So all we gotta do now is get some pavement. Real pavement this time. And let's fill in the space. You know, I'm looking at this and I realized this should probably be flush against the building here. That curve doesn't really make sense. So I'm gonna redo this, pretty much this entire thing. That's okay. Let's just get rid of these, and then we can get rid of these, and we'll extend the surface. It won't be that big of a deal, but. I think that makes a little more sense. And then this corner, maybe we can get some more decals, like no parking decals, stuff like, yeah. No parking along this edge right here. And in fact, let's get a trash bin. And our office is in, and yep, I think that's definitely the highest I want to go for over here. Someone asked if I'm going to do a modern city center soon, and the answer is absolutely. The plan is to do it over here, or maybe deeper in there. I'm just kind of waiting for the asset importer to come out so we can have a more kind of diverse, whoa, yikes, autosave. A more diverse downtown to really make that downtown pop. As you can see, like, I've tried my best to get some variety and to reduce duplication, but yeah, you can only do so much with the buildings we have. But okay, this is telling me that we need to think about city services in our district, so let's give that a shot. To really evoke the kind of the artist nature of this district, I want to go with a very famous Spanish artist, which was Salvador Dali. And since we're on a hill, I think we should call this Dali Hill. So let's go to District Tool. Obviously, if you don't like that name, or if you think of a better name, please let me know in the comments. I'm always up for a good district name. So yeah, we'll call this Dali Hill. I don't know if I can do like an accent on the I here, but Dali Hill. And this should be paid parking, pay the artists, and I think we'll keep the rest there for now. Now let's make sure that it's got all the services it needs, starting with medical and the crematorium to get rid of those dead bodies. That was pretty dark, sorry. Oh, we need more elementary school, okay. Remind me later. All right, I think it is now time to go through a final beautification time lapse. The plan is I'm actually going to add some zoning along Washington Street here just to fill in this space, and then yeah, fill in the cracks where we're seeing the grass with more surfaces, trees, add some more wall art. I realized that this building was upgrading, actually all these were, so I did not go ahead and lock these buildings. So let me do that now before they change even further. I guess I don't have to change that one. This one, yes, stay the same. Everything around it can level up though, so. All right, yeah, sit back, hang tight, and let's do a beautification time lapse. Okay, welcome back. Let's do a quick recap. Basically, I filled in all the cracks and crannies with either trees or extended the existing surfaces just so we didn't have all this blank green space in here that's, you know, the default with the game. And then, yeah, added a few functional parks to make the district itself, Dali Hill, more attractive to the in-game sins. The biggest thing, though, was I think over here added another custom parking lot, even though it's non-functional, and then kind of reserve this spot for city space. I feel like they would want to have a spot to dump, extra barriers or garbage, stuff to park their service vehicles when they're not in use. You may have seen I did downgrade a bunch of the buildings here. I felt like it was just too tall to have buildings abruptly start right there. I kind of wanted more cell phone Wi-Fi signal effect where it gradually goes up into the tall tower right there. So yeah, this kind of horizontal gradual increase is what I was looking for more, and I did lock these buildings here. Plus that means if you're on Beach Street, you can almost get a view of the top of the market there, which I think is kind of cool. Definitely want to preserve sight lines as much as possible. And then over here, add a few more zones to kind of fill in the space along Washington Street. And as I mentioned, I do plan to make this an arboretum, so these will be right below that, which I guess will be really, really expensive real estate eventually. But yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna call it. This has definitely been a fun episode, and again, kind of like with the Riverside Park over here, and our City Hall station, and our European Village with the countryside over there. This is something that I would definitely want to visit in the city. And as I mentioned, I did visit something like this in London, the Brick Lane I mentioned. And yeah, I love walking through markets, and I'm glad that Dewy Del Mar has something like this now. As usual, if y'all have suggestions or feedback or a better district name, let me know. And until then, I hope you all have a good day. So thanks for watching. Bye.